Body, let's be. We're going to spread this encouragement from the church to the street. The Lekeisha Mosley Show. The Lekeisha Mosley Show. The Lekeisha Mosley Show. And they talk about nothing but the unseen and unspoken issues while providing encouragement and love and understanding. She talks about issues that people in high places and influences are afraid to discuss publicly. Stay tuned. It's about to get real live. And you're tuned in to the Lekeisha Mosley Show.
Greetings, everyone. Good evening to you. Happy Monday to you. It is Lekeisha Mosley on the Lekeisha Mosley Show, and I'm so excited. Today is a great day. Guess what? We're living, we're breathing, and we have a journey to move forward ahead, and that's exciting. God is always enlightening us with truly what he's doing in our lives and what is going on, that's what's going to come to pass. I'm excited about that. When you don't have all the answers, that's truly empowering because God is doing something so amazing, whipping up something so amazing in our past, and we can be encouraged by that, and we can be enlightened by that because he truly is good. I hope that inspires somebody today and tonight. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world, because it is different where everybody is in the world. I'm just so thankful, and I acknowledge your presence today on the Lekeisha Mosley Show. Listen, you know what we're doing? We're doing something different on my podcast. We're going over a weekly reflection called Weekly Reflections. What is going on with you each week? Everything is great with us all, right? It's good or bad, ugly, triumph, it's something, whatever it is, something happened this week that you can reflect on. Let's talk about that because it's so empowering for us to reflect on anything that's happening within our lives. If it happened this week and we were happy. If it happened this week and we were sad. If it happened this week and we have something to reflect on. That's empowering, and I'm just challenging you all to do the same thing that I do each week. I'm just reflecting on the week, what God is truly doing in us, and moving forward ahead. You never know what's going on. If it's something you want to keep, cool, keep. If it's something that you don't want to keep, you don't have to, you're not obligated to do it. You're not obligated to do that. And it's so great thing about it is we can always change anything in our past. Pretty much just allowing God to be God. So let's go over my week last week. It was pretty empowering last week. I had so many great collaborations that transpired within the week, so much so where so many people that I totally admire chimed me in on some projects that I didn't even know about. Isn't that amazing? You can be chimed in and brung in on projects and on platforms and just anything that, is going on within their lives, they want to bring you in on. That is valuable. That just tells you right there that something you're doing is good. Something you're doing is good. So I'm so excited because, I'm an author, I'm a speaker. And I was chimed in on a platform to really engage in a different project that was going to be enlightening. Mind you, in this project, we did not know exactly how it was going to turn out. I'm going to say that again. We did not know how it was going to turn out because it was something new. Us creatives, and you probably can resonate with this. We like new stuff. We like something that is going to be, not weeded out, not clear path, not already complete. not something that's in a pretty nice little pretty bow and ready to serve to the person that we're giving it to the customer. No, we know that it's going to be impactful, but at the same time, we understand that it's cool to know that God is going to do something different. God is going to do something different. And we're excited about that, and we trust God what he's going to do. Let me say that again. We trust God and what he's going to do. You know, when you put your trust in God, it truly is empowering because you're letting God have all the reins. You pretty much are putting him in the driver's seat, and you're going ahead into the passenger seat. And you're truly letting God be God. I mean, God jumps up for joy when you do that. I'm going to say that again. God jumps up for joy when you let him be God because, listen, he knows all and sees all. He knows what's going to happen within our path ahead, right? He knows what's going to happen. So we can be empowered and definitely feeling great and amazing when we know that. Sometimes that takes a minute. God understands that. Sometimes it takes a minute for us to get on board on his train of empowerment. Because a lot of times we don't start out the gate believing he's going to do everything he said he was going to do. I'm going to say that again. We don't understand that he's going to do everything that he said he's going to do. You know, a lot of times we agree with God on the path, kind of halfway, but then when we see how he always creates new things and always do new things in our path and always encourage us, always giving us something, never giving us too much that we can bear. I'm going to say that again, never giving us too much that we can bear, but at the same time, God is always empowering us to do better. I'll say that again, God is always empowering us to do better. So much so that he loves us, he loves everything that we're doing. Listen, he gave it to us first, right? He loves everything that we're doing. But even though you don't have all the pieces, even though you don't know what's going to happen, even though you don't have the pieces of the puzzle to understand how it's going to go, even though we know that platforms is going to be laid out for us, even though we know that projects are going to be with us, and we may not understand how it's going to turn out, but God is so good. He just asks us to just listen. Do you trust me? I'm going to say that again. Do you trust me? Do you believe that I am God and I'm going to give you all the keys that you need in order to make sure you unlock the door? And make sure you unlock the door and receive everything that I promised you. Tonight's episode, I'm so excited. So the name of the episode is called Changes Will Evolve. Changes will evolve. And I'm so thankful for that because God doesn't push it. God doesn't make us do it. God gives us a still small voice and say, I have something over here ready for you. I have something over here ready for you. God really just says what he needs to say to us, very small, still small voice, and just encourage to accept, everything for us when we receive it, right? When we receive it. So I'm so thankful for this platform that was given to me, and amazing collaboration, pretty much in my gifts. I'm going to say that again, things in my gifts, things that I have been molding, with God have been coming to pass. I'm so thankful for that. Isn't that great? I'm so thankful that I could trust God and I could believe that what he has for me, is going to come to pass for me. moving forward in life always is going to evolve in my life, and it's always going to be great for me. I'm going to say that again. Everything that he's given me is always going to be great for me. And God truly, truly is so good with that. Always just so peaceful. Always allowing us to understand when we're ready. I'm going to say that again. Always allowing us to understand when we're ready. Because sometimes we're not ready until we get it. Now, one thing about God that I love is that he doesn't push it on us. He'll let us understand what we need to understand at the right time. I'm going to say that again. God allows us to understand the things that we need to understand, what we need to continue to understand at the right time. And God is so good with that. You get used to God. You really get used to God, how he does things. God's always going to give it to you first. Always going to encourage you first. Always going to put you in a position where you can be empowered and understand just where he's going. And he's always going to give it to you. And he always encourages us to really trust him. Trust him to know that each part that he gives for you, you're going to be ready for. Isn't that amazing? God is so good like that. God is so good like that. So talking about this week's reflection, I was given a project to be a board on in my gift. Mind you, I speak and I write. So I'm so thankful for that. So this platform was given to me to be able to cultivate, this new project with this amazing person. And it was given to me to begin to evolve with them with it. And truly, truly understanding that, isn't that great how God is? God's always showing us something, where we can continue to learn and continue to understand and can continue to feed our spirits. I'm going to say that again. God has always given us something to understand and something for us to feed our spirits. Sometimes you may not understand what is happening or what is going on, but God understands, and God's always putting people together for you to get it together and understand what's happening. I love that. God is so good when it comes to that. God always put collaborations with the right people at the right time for us to, like I said, to mold great things in our path moving forward. So I'm just excited about that. I love the opportunities where we can mentor and inspire the young and be able to enlighten the more mature Christian and non-Christian. God's always showing us ways where we can enlighten everybody that may not understand you, believe you, but empower other people with your vision and goals. Because those people are going to be able to, like I said, mold with you and can begin to inspire each other to evolve in your gifts and their gifts too. You understand? These people that are connected with you are seeing things in you that they can definitely be inspired to do something new and can learn something. It's not always, set in your place for you to have all the pieces together. We're going to talk about that tonight because that's a word right there. Sometimes we think everything is put together already, in our place, in our walk, and we're supposed to have all the pieces together. But God is actually putting you in position for you to connect with others so you can not only just enlighten them, but enlighten their people in their path. Isn't that amazing? It's so amazing to understand that because you never know. Some of those dreams, I'm going to say that again. Some of those dreams that you believed in and you just let it go because you thought you were supposed to put it together your way because that's the only way you understood. But God, I'm going to say that again, but God understands that when you give it to him in his hands, he's not only going to blow your mind, but he's going to blow whoever's connected with you, their mind, and he's going to show them just how, good he is, and God's going to get all the glory, and he's going to put people in place that is going to elevate your life, and that's going to show you the things that you wanted for years, and you're going to you're going to have your mind just, blown away, and your eyes open, and totally looking a different way on what God is going to do. That is truly amazing because that's really what's been happening to me this week. I mean, I just was like, God, what are you doing? What's going on? And God's like, are you serious? I am not done with you yet. I'm going to show you some things about really what's happening. I'm going to show you just really how I am just driving things within your path that's going to blow your mind. And it's not only going to touch you. It's not only going to just touch you, but it's going to touch others. And others are going to be inspired. And others are going to be enlightened. And others are going to feel like they can do something. And they can be something. And they can move in their field, their careers that they let go years ago. And they're going to say, wow, I can do that now. Because you know what? I'm seeing something different. I met a new person. I met new persons. And I met new people that we could work with. And I would have never connected with you if that didn't happen. That's just how good God is. Wow. I have so much to talk about this subject. We're going to have a good time in the next couple of weeks just talking about how God is evolving in my life and just your life too. Because I want to hear it. Please let me know. What is God doing in your life? What has happened in this week in your life? And what creative things have been evolving in your life? And there's so much so if God continuing to do new things in your life. Yes, he is. I'm going to say that again. Is God doing new things in your life? Yes, he is, because he's not done with you yet. So much so, he's never going to be done with you. He's always going to be enlightening you to do something new, enlightening you to discover new things in your journey, enlightening you to be great at what you're doing, because there's so many people that are going to need your voice. There's so many people that are going to need your ears and the way you interpret things. People are going to need those things. People are going to need your examples of your testimony. People are going to need to be inspired about the goals and the drives that you're doing, because you know what? So much so, you're so awesome. I'm going to say that again. You're so awesome. God is truly, truly molding new things in your path, so much so that he's going to enlighten you and enlighten others to receive just what he's doing in your life. And that's a blessing. Isn't that right? Isn't that great? So great. I'm so thankful. So am I happy about some of the things that happened this week? Absolutely, because it's placing me on different platforms that God is able to really be God, showing me how I can have new speaking engagements, showing me how I can have new and delightful project creations, showing me how I can be pretty much evolved in my gifts, pretty much evolved in my talent that I have, that others can be inspired to do. Others can be inspired to do and be able to join in on that path. That's one thing I want to say too. God has inspired me to understand that other people need to be connected to the journey. So much so that, the young is going to need to be connected to the journey. Young people that are inspired to be just like you. I'm going to say that again. The young that is going to be inspired to be just like you. There's people that are out there, young people that are inspired to be a writer. Young people that are inspired to be a creative. Young people that are inspired to be on radio. Young people that are inspired to be in media. Young people that are inspired to be producers. Young people that are inspired to be videographers. Young people that are inspired to connect with the right people at the right time. They want to take your gifts and your talents and understand, wow, that's exactly what I want to do. But I like the fact that you were transparent in your journey, in your walk, and I know I could be empowered to do the same thing for me and mine. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to say that again. I know that within my life, that person can be inspired to do the same thing and do something great within their life just because of your testimony. Remember, I said there is no failure. There's only perceived failures, where it's truly an opportunity for us to have a lesson, an opportunity for us to have great understanding in our path moving forward. Always in our path moving forward. Understanding that, within the things that we learned, within the things that we have understood, we need to make sure we do a membership. We need to make sure we have courses and webinars that are put in place for these people to have, so they can grab a hold of what you've learned, and they can begin to take those, and they can begin to package those up, and they can begin to have some type of leverage out here in the world, while you're in the house. I'm going to say, I said this last week, in these COVID streets, right? In these COVID streets where you're not, set aside, you're not placed away, you're not put in a position where you lost everything. No, you've been empowered to understand that you can be, and you can have anything you put your mind to, and you can begin to continue to create. God called us to be creative. I'll say that again. God called us to be creative. God has called us to begin to cultivate those gifts that He put on the inside of us at birth. I'm going to say that again. God called us for us to be able to cultivate those gifts and those talents that He put on this inside of us at birth. So when you begin to see exactly just who you are and whose you are, understand that Jeremiah 29:11 is for you. I'm going to say that again. Jeremiah 29:11 is for you. And when God wrote that, and when God began to show us just how good we all were, and that we can do and be and do anything, and we can create, and we can have a great life, and nothing is set in stone in any destruction. Like I said, those are all perceived failures. So God is always doing something new. God is always showing us how we can create and have something that we pretty much put to the side so many years ago. I'll say that again, that we put to the side so many years ago, where we thought that was done. Wow, I need to get something better. God, are you serious? I can't do this anymore. No, God said, no, it's not that you can't do it anymore. God said, there's so much more in you. I'll say that again. God says there's so much more within you that I want to bring out to the front, and for everybody to be able to receive truly something new in your path, because others need to receive, just what I'm doing in their life. So because you're put in position for you to understand that, and for you to begin to empower somebody else to do something different, you can begin to coach them. You can begin to mentor them. You can begin to teach them, a new way in their path, where they can do something different and be something different. They can be empowered that they can do anything and that they can receive leverage and they can receive connections that they thought they were not, talented to do those things. And they thought they were not talented to receive anything, when it comes to that. No. You're very talented. Because remember, God put that inside of you a long time ago. Remember I said at first, you were given these gifts. You were given this way of doing, too many amazing, so many amazing things. Let me say that again. So many amazing things. God's showing you just how good you are and just how great, what you have in your life that is going to truly, truly empower others. God is showing you just how good you are and just how good, you are needed on this path. And if you just receive, let me say that again, if you just receive just what God is doing, you can begin to see exactly what he's doing in your life. When you just look back and say, whoa, you were doing something all along. You were doing something all along. And I'm just so excited about that because he's not finished. God is going to keep opening up our eyes and showing us just how good he is, because it's like, whoa, God, you did something good for me last week, and you're still doing something good for me this week? Whoa, you're not done? And you need to tell me some more stuff that's going to happen? God is like, yeah, watch out. God is like, yeah, watch out. Look what I'm doing. I'm doing new things in your spirit. I'm doing new things in your path. I'm doing new things in your journey. I'm connecting the dots with all types of people, all types of collaborations, all types of partnerships, all types of engagements, all types of platforms, all types of creativity. Say that again. All types of creativity. So much so, it's going to be things, wow, I didn't even know I can do that. Whoa, I didn't even know I can do that. Are you sure I'm gifted and equipped to do that? God's looking like, yeah, because remember, I put this on in your life years ago, at birth, before birth. I was thinking about you before you came on the scene. I was thinking about you. And I love you so much because you're just that valuable. You're just that valuable. So this is so great because I'm excited about this. So God is truly doing things and connecting the dots. Some people are looking like, wow, they're thinking about some of the things they wrote down last week, and they're like, whoa, as I connect the dots, Keisha, whoa, this is great. I'm just telling you, God is just that good, and it's so great just what he's doing. If you just hold tight, buckle your seatbelt, and just come along in this journey, because God is going to continue to blow your mind. God is going to continue to blow your mind. God is saying, listen, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to receive? And God is saying, listen, if you're ready, all I ask for you to be is ready. Say it again. All I ask is for you to be ready. As long as you're ready, as long as you're ready to receive, I'm ready to give it to you. All I'm asking you to do is say yes, and it's going to be right there for you. Make sure you be encouraged to understand that. I just love you guys so much because God is truly doing so many amazing things, within all of our lives. And God just wants you to be empowered to understand, that you can do anything. You can be empowered to bring it on in your life. And you can be encouraged to understand no matter what you have done in the past. It doesn't matter. I'll say that again. No matter what you have done in the past, that is not going to hold you back. That is not going to shed a tear, on your journey. It's not going to shade anything. It's not going to cause anything to fumble because you are so equipped. You are so loved. And you are so encouraged to understand that you can win and you can thrive and you can soar at anything. Women out there, I love you so much. God is calling you to new heights and you can soar. Men out there, I just love you so much that you can be inspired to do anything and understand that you can be equipped to be the leaders in your home, to be the strong confidence to your friends, and you can have a path that is going to encourage others to be leaders as well. Women, understand that we are the amazing nurturer in our home, and we can truly mold things to better and greater heights in our journey. We can evolve in great things. We can have amazing success with the tools that God has given us in our careers, and we can understand that you are enough. I'm going to say that again. We can understand that you are enough, and understanding that you are enough, that you will be equipped with everything. Walk with boldness, walk with confidence to understand that everything works out for you. And every goal, and every dream that's within your heart is always evolving and coming to pass. And understanding of that is truly empowering, because we need to understand that we are gifted to do great things on the earth. Understand that God has all the pieces to put together, and he's going to make it happen. So, within that, with all that being said, do you inspire to understand this? Do you inspire to understand just what I said as far as, changes will always evolve? Changes will evolve. Things will change. Things will come into your path that's going to be different. Now, mind you, because it's going to be different, you may not know all the pieces. You may not know how it's all going to come out. You just know from God's track record, it's always going to work out for you. Let me say that again, because God's track record, you already know that everything's going to work out. It is not meant for you to have the understanding to know that it's going to work out. It was just up to you to understand that it's your journey and that God always works everything out in your journey. Say that with me. God works everything out in my journey. Ooh, that caused so much empowerment in my spirit. I'm just telling you. I'm just so thankful for whoever needs to hear that. I don't know what young people are listening right now, but I just want you to understand that your family and your loved ones, even if you don't have close loved ones and families to reflect on, that God loves you. God truly loves you and knows that all the paths in your life is always going to result in something great that's good for you. God just wants you to understand. I don't know what issue that you are feeling. I don't know what unseen, devastation, challenge that you have experienced, but God knows that everything's going to work out for you. God wants to just empower you and inspire you to understand just how good you are and that he loves you and that you're going to win. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if you don't know how it's going to piece together, how it's going to connect together, but I just want you to be empowered to understand that it is going to be great for you. So I just want you to hear the words that I'm saying, that God truly loves you and that everything is going to work out. And if you haven't heard, a wonderful voice, a loving voice, since right now, please understand this voice loves you and knows that you're going to be great and that you're going to be empowered to understand the greatness is going to work out for you in your path and in your journey. And I just love you so much. This week has been so empowering. Definitely, I didn't get a chance to really talk about everything that happened this week, but I'm just empowered to understand that God is not finished and complete. God is always doing something new. God is not finished with all the pieces that he's connected in my life. So if he's not finished with me, I promise you he's not finished with you, because you know what? God is just that good. He's always loading us in place and always making everything shine, and everything is going to be put in the right places at the right time. I'm just so thankful because I understand that. I'm just so thankful. I don't want to end this podcast episode without just, just having an amazing um, love for my amazing collaborator with Dr. West, who have two books that I've collaborated with her with, and we just completed our second book together, and it's called Marriage Connection. And everyone, you have to get this amazing book that I collaborate with, because it's talking about, amazing men and women that came together and began to discuss, truly their journeys in marriage, the good, the bad, and ugly, and all the things that we wanted to talk about at that moment. So mind you, all of us are talking about something different. So the great thing about it is you're going to resonate with the book, because something in that book, one of our stories is going to bless your life, whether it's remarriage, whether it's marriage that has been misunderstood, whether it's, married with children, whether it's understanding, our spouses at this day and age. Time may have went past and you're like, oh, wow, the heat is gone. The fire has flamed out years ago. I want to get it back. You're able to see how we were able to really empower others in our path, and with that, you're able to see just really what we did. So, the book is really awesome, honestly, and you're going to see, you're going to read poetry readings. You're going to receive blessings there as well, too. So you really got to get this amazing book, and it's called Marriage Connections, Making It Work, by amazing, authors, faith-based authors who came together to put our stories together and really create a product that is going to bless your socks off. So listen, if you're married, if you're single, and if you're just want to really read it, to really reflect on and really see, hey, that's me. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was me. I remember that. What's going on with that? That is me, too. If you have something that resonates with you, you have to give this to somebody. You have to read this book, and you have to empower the young, and you got to empower the more mature, and you got to empower each other, just for all of us to make sure we make it work, stay together, because God truly puts all together for us to soar and for us to win. So I'm so thankful for that. So definitely you need to make sure you connect with me on that front. And don't forget, Centered in Christ, that collaboration, you have to connect with that read as well. That devotional is going to empower you as well. It's going to show you how you can win and how you can begin again in your efforts with your friends, with your family, with your girlfriends, with people who have lost hope. Listen, I'm telling you, that collaboration is a blessing as well, too. And don't forget my amazing book, Free Yourself, and my first book, How Do You Get Unstuck, definitely is empowerment as well. And you can go on my website, Lekeishamosley.com, for that resource, which is going to be a blessing. Don't forget to connect on the website for the merch that's on there as well. Don't forget to connect on the blog that's on there, and definitely just, all the different opportunities to be a blessing. And definitely make sure you write a comment. Make sure you write a comment on the website and just tell me if it blessed your life, and if you've been empowered, and if you have received something that resonated with you and your spirit, with your path, because God truly loves you. so much. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so blessed to have you. And definitely, I want you all to be empowered and always understand that God is with you. So listen, the scripture verse for today, for this week, is going to be Judges chapter 18, verse 6. And it's the priest answered them, "Go in peace. Your journey has the Lord's approval." Wow, that is so good. Listen, God's approval. Isn't that amazing? Go in peace. Understand that your journey has God's approval. Listen, that's something to sleep real good at night and to understand just how good God is and how much He loves you and how much He's there for you. So I want you to understand that it's so empowering and it's so such a privilege to understand that you should go in peace always. Like I said, remember, don't forget me. Go on my website, LekeishaMosley.com, and make sure you connect with me. And also go on pray.com and look at my resources there. You're able to see that and be free by a lot of my spoken word and a lot of my podcast reference there as well, too. Make sure you connect with me every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you're able to see me pretty much on video, not see me, but you're able to hear me on my podcast there as well. And don't forget to not connect. You got to connect with me on Comcast. Definitely, you want to make sure you connect with me on Comcast Radio, and then make sure you connect with me, each week. Believe on to say it's Wednesdays. I have my podcast shows up there as well, and make sure you connect with me on all social media, mainly on Facebook, and then also on other platforms as well. You connect with me. Make sure you connect with me on my website. You're able to actually connect with me on Spreaker Radio. Definitely see all of my episodes there as well too. I love you guys so much. Trying to get everything in on my podcast that I'm doing each week, and I definitely want you to be empowered. And I want to hear what's going on with you as well too. So make sure you connect with me, and make sure you just have a blessed week, and make sure you let me know just what God is doing. Don't forget to connect with me as far as your calling, as far as whatever you're doing out in the world. So listen, I want to definitely give shout outs, when I get those. I definitely want to shout those out. If you do baked goods, if you do any type of artwork, any type of results when it comes to that makes people smile. My dad was always that. He was one that always smiled when he made food. Food was his big thing. So if something makes you happy when it comes to evolving, when it comes to health, definitely, health goods. If you have health and wellness, definitely have definitely products when it comes to that. If you always, wanting to be great in these COVID streets, definitely you want to make sure you're staying lean. You want to make sure you're staying healthy all the time. I want to encourage you to be healthy as well, because I'm going to see you next week, and I want to be able to hear you and what God is doing in your path. So understand that, as I end this episode, to make sure you have healing, encouragement, empowerment in your life. And remember, in all you do, lead with confidence, understanding, and love always. Don't forget, this is the first triple podcast. So you want to make sure you stay with Jerry Ward's Live and all the amazing people that are going to be collaborating with him on Jerry Ward's Live at night. So make sure you stay tuned, because it's not over. And at 10 o'clock is going to be the last part of this podcast episode. Love you so much, and make sure you stay empowered and blessed. Love you so much. Have a good night.
You want to talk about it? Let's talk. You want to speak about it? Let's speak. We're going to spread this encouragement from the church to the street. The Lekeisha Mosley Show.